Hello and welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric, and tonight we're going to play another game from the 1905 season replay using Action PC Baseball. We have a special matchup tonight between two pitchers who rank number one and number two in all-time Major League history in one category, which I did not find. I did not know this until I actually looked up one of the pitchers in this game. They're both Hall of Famers, but that's not it. But they ranked 1 and 2 in this particular category, and it's Addie Joss pitching for Cleveland against Big Ed Walsh for Chicago White Sox. So, anybody knows, I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. You know, they're both pitchers, so obviously it's got to be a pitching category. If you think you have an idea, say it now. So I'm going to switch over in just a second. So think about it. Think about it for a few seconds. And all right, and I'm going to switch over to the category right now. This is on Baseball Reference. I found this was pretty intriguing. And if you look at all the players that are actually in this list, the majority of them, probably like 80% or more of them, are Hall of Fame pitchers. So here we go. It's actually for career leaders for records for walks and hits per innings pitched. So for WHIP, Addie Joss is number one all time with a .9678 WHIP. And Ed Walsh is number 2 with a .9996. So they're the only two pitchers in Major League history. Sure, there's a minimum of 1,000 innings pitched. I guess 1,000 innings pitched. So it's a minimum for 1,000 innings pitched. They're the only two pitchers in Major League history that are below 1. And if you look at number 3, Mariano Rivera, of course he's Hall of Fame. Clayton Kershaw, you know, he's future Hall of Fame if he keeps it up. And Chris Sale, you notice, pitches for the Red Sox now, and Pedro Martinez, and Christian gentleman Christy Mathewson, of course Trevor Hoffman, Walter Johnson, Mordecai Brown, and Jim Devlin, Smokey Joe Wood. A lot of Major League, a lot of Hall of Famers or possible future Hall of Famers here. Warren Marshall, of course, Strasburg and Bumgarner. Sandy Koufax. Max Scherzer. Tom Seaver. Maybe not 80%, but at least from the top 20, there's probably a good 75% or so that are Hall of Fame or future Hall of Fame. So anyway, that was pretty interesting, I thought. So we're going to play a game between the number 1 and number 2 all-time in WHIP. And also, they're doing pretty well in the they had season stats of Ed Walsh was 8-3. So he didn't pitch as quite as many, but so far in the season, he's 3-0 with a .69 ERA. And let's see here. So he's 3-0 with a .69 ERA. Opponents are hitting just 149 against him. Let's see if I have a WHIP here for him. Walks plus hits. So he hasn't walked anybody yet. So 7 hits over innings pitched. So right now his WHIP is around just above 0.5, like 0.55 or 0.6. So they're already well within there, well below that range. We'll check out Addie Joss when he comes up. But anyway, he's pitching for the Chicago White Sox. And let's see. Cleveland has won 5 straight, 8 of the last 10. Addie Joss will start for Cleveland. He's made 4 starts on the season and is 3-1 with an ERA of 2. His first start against Chicago. He'll be opposed by Ed Walsh for Chicago. He's made 1 start in the year and is 3-0 with an ERA of .69. Be his first start against Cleveland. Cleveland center fielder Harry Bay is running a 13-game hitting streak, so a few things to look at here. Something else I was going to mention, but I can't seem to remember it right now. I'm sure it'll come to me as the game goes on. Can't remember. So anyway, both these teams are number 1 and number 2 in the league, in the American League. Chicago is number 1 with a record of 12-4, and Cleveland right behind them with a record of 10-5. And it's a game from May 2nd, 1905, and it's from South Street Park in Chicago.
Play ball!
So, all right. So, it'll be Ed Walsh on the mound, and he'll be facing a Cleveland lineup is as follows. Elmer Flick will be the right fielder, batting first. Batting second will be Harry Bay, center fielder. Second baseman Nap LaJoy, a Hall of Famer there, will bat third. Batting cleanup will be Bill Bradley, the third baseman. Batting fifth will be Jim Jackson, the left fielder, no Joe Jackson. Terry Turner, the shortstop, will bat sixth. George Stovall, the first baseman, will bat seventh. Behind the plate, batting eighth, is Fritz Bulow. And on the mound, batting ninth, will be Addie Joss. So, all right. So, let's see here. So, Flick comes to the plate first for the Cleveland Indians. It was the Cleveland Indians back then. Maybe it wasn't. Can't remember if it was the Cleveland Indians. It may not have been back then. Let me just check real quick. It's actually the Cleveland Naps. That's right. I forgot about that. Cleveland Naps and the Chicago White Sox. So both pitchers pitched nearly their whole careers. Walsh pitched every season but one. In his last season, he pitched with the Boston Braves. But he pitched nearly all of his career with the Chicago White Sox. And Addie Joss pitched his entire career with the Cleveland Naps. So anyway. So alright, so Flick steps into the box. The right fielder, he's hitting .273 with 3 runs batted in. Walsh looks in for the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. And it's a low with a short. And Davis will be up with it. Over to Donahue for the first out. Next up will be Harry Bay, the center fielder. He's hitting .317 with 5 runs batted in. He scored 11 runs and already has 8 stolen bases. So if he gets on, he's definitely a threat to steal.
Second baseman.
He'll strike out.
Let
me go back here and back to reset this. Cleveland's gonna be the computer. I'll most always play the home team unless it's the New York Giants, in which I'll play whatever they're playing. So Nap LaJoy is up now. He's running an 8-game hitting streak. And he's hitting .452 with a homer and 9 runs batted in. And he's going to have himself a... what is that?
Third baseman, Bill Bradley.
Triple. So he has a triple there. And again, sometimes these parks are hard to judge the lines and all that stuff just because of the pictures and the shape and everything like that. This is kind of an odd stretched out shape. Kind of the best photo I can get. So, lines are going to be a little off sometimes. But anyway, Bill Bradley, not the Congressman Bill Bradley and the former NBA star Bill Bradley, but the righty third baseman, it kind of looks a little bit like Spock. He's currently hitting .339 with 13 runs batted in, 8 runs scored, a couple stolen bases. So 13 runs batted in, I believe leads the team here. So that's why he's the cleanup hitter. Shortstop, the Turner has 12. So, all right, so Bradley is up now with LaJoy on third after a 2-out triple. Let's see what Bradley can do here. And it's a roll at the third. And then over to first, and that'll do it.
1 hit, no errors. After 1/2 inning, Cleveland 0, Chicago coming to bat. Pitching for Cleveland, Addie Joss. Leading off for Chicago, first baseman, Jiggs Donahue.
All right, so Addie Joss takes the mound. Record of 3-1 with an ERA of 2 even. 36 innings pitched, 26 hits allowed, 4 walks and 13 strikeouts. So he's got a whip of under 1, about 0.8 roughly. And for the season, he was 20-12 with an ERA of 2.01. He only had a 9-year career, but he won 20 games several times. So it's good enough to get him into the Hall of Fame back then. I'm not sure exactly what year he did get in, but I know it's probably in the 1930s sometime. So all right, so Donahue, Jiggs Donahue, the first baseman, is up now. He will lead it off for the Chicago White Sox. Batting second will be the shortstop, George Davis. Batting third, Nixie Callahan, the left fielder. Cleanup hitter today will be Fielder Jones, the center fielder, appropriately named. Batting fifth will be Danny Green, the right fielder. Batting sixth will be Lee Tannehill. Batting seventh will be Billy Sullivan. Second baseman Gus Dundon will bat eighth, and on the mound, batting ninth will be Ed Walsh. Now you guys have seen the Chicago White Sox before. They played a game against Detroit earlier in the replay. I think this is the first time we featured Cleveland, I believe. Perhaps not though, since I did have all the pictures for them. So Cleveland, I may have featured them in a game, but this is definitely the first game between Cleveland and Chicago, as far as I can remember. So all right, so Jiggs Donahue steps up with an average of .302, 6 runs batted in, has scored 11 runs, and has 3 stolen bases. So Joss looks in for the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch, and it's going to be a single to center.
George Davis.
So Donahue is on with a leadoff single for the White Sox here in the bottom of the first. Next up will be George Davis, hitting .283, 6 runs batted in. I think we're going to have him bunt, knowing these two pitchers and knowing that they're very stingy. So runs could be at a premium. So he will sacrifice here. He has a bunt rating of 10, so definitely a candidate to bunt. And he lays down a bunt, a good one, to the right side of the pitcher's mound.
Left fielder, Nixie Callahan.
And it's a successful sacrifice, and Donahue will move into scoring position with 1 out. Next up will be Nixie Callahan, the left fielder. He's hitting just .146 with 3 runs batted in. Scored 8 runs. 4 stolen bases. Ball 1. Low and away. 2-0 the count. In there on the outside corner for a strike. 2-1. 3-1 the count. And he pops it up behind the plate. Catcher comes over and Bulo will make the catch. So 2 down now for Fielder Jones. He's hitting .262 with 12 runs batted in. He's the leading RBI man for the Chicago White Sox. Best batting cleanup. 9 runs scored, 2 stolen bases. RBI opportunity here. So here's the windup by Joss in the pitch. Ball 1. And it's going to drop in there behind the second baseman. And
right fielder, Danny green.
That'll be the first run of the game. The White Sox get on the board first. So that'll bring up Danny Green, the right fielder, hitting .283. 5 runs batted in, 7 runs scored, and a stolen base. Jones gets the lead off first. Strike one. We'll try to steal here. See if we get the lead. He does, and he is going to be out. So he's gunned down.
No errors. After 1 complete. Cleveland 0, Chicago 1. Left fielder
By Bulo.
Jim Jackson.
Alright, so Walsh back up on the mound. We'll face Jim Jackson, hitting .192 with 3 runs batted in. And he pops it up behind the plate. Catcher, a lot of room behind plate, and he makes a great play to reach into the stands and get that one. Took that one away from the fan. So a great catch by Sullivan. His first out of the second. That'll bring up Terry Turner, hitting .246 with 2 homers and 12 runs batted in. Second behind only Bradley for the RBI lead on the Naps. So here we go. Here's the windup and the pitch by Walsh. And it's a hot shot down the third.
First baseman.
And in time to get him. So Tannehill is able to retire Turner. And that's the second out of the inning. George Stovall up now. He's a .271 hitter with 6 runs batted in. 3 runs scored, 5 stolen bases. Oh, and a hot shot. Oh, center fielder's Jones is able to cut it off, but Stovall hustles all the way around to have himself a 2-out double. So that'll bring the pitcher, Bulo, up now. Sorry, the catcher, Bulo, up now. Hitting .194 with 4 runs scored. Stolen base. RBI opportunity, and he's going to hit it to left. The left fielder drifts over and makes the catch.
No errors. After 1.5. Cleveland 0, Chicago 1.
Alright, so the White Sox coming up in the bottom of the second, ahead by 1. Danny Green, the right fielder, is up now. He is hitting .283. He was up when, can't remember who it was, but one of the guys was that number 4 hitter when Jones was gunned down, trying to steal. So threw him out. And it's a hot shot to right, and he's on with a leadoff single. Alright, so Tannehill up now. He's got a great bunting. We might have him bunt. He's just a great bunter. Might as well take advantage of this. And he lays down a bunt. And it's successful.
Catcher.
So Green will move up to second with 1 down now. That'll bring up Billy Sullivan, the catcher, hitting .175. 7 runs batted in. Joss looks in for the sign. Shakes him off. Here's the windup and the pitch. And it's a pop-up behind home plate, and it's going to be into the stands. Buell gives chase, but is unable to get this one. And just that little interesting fact there to made me think about that, about shaking off the signs. I was watching the Red Sox game the other day when Chris Sale was pitching, and one of the announcers mentioned about Sale, and I guess they're interviewing Sale, and Sale said that he hadn't shaken off a catcher's sign in over 6 years, and that to me was pretty amazing. So pretty much whatever the catcher called, he would throw. It's just a testament to his dominance and how, no matter what the catcher called, he would pitch an effective pitch most of the time. Being the dominant pitcher that he is, that's pretty cool. That he didn't think so much of himself that he would thinks, oh, I got to shake off the pitcher now, or I got to do this to make it look like show who's in control here. So definitely a humble guy, it seems to be, but a guy, an extremely effective guy. He's having another great season with the Red Sox. So like they said, he changed socks, but he's still having a effective year. And not sure, but he may be starting the All-Star game. That's what I've heard he possibly might. Definitely deserves it if he does. Like I said, having a great season with the Red Sox. But anyway, back to this game. Billy Sullivan up now. After he just fouled them back into the stands. Ball 1. And gets under one here. Pops it up to the first baseman. Stowe will make the catch for the second out. Gus Dundon up now. He's hitting 186. 5 runs batted in. Scored 5 runs. RBI opportunity here. And it's high and outside for ball 1. Just low and inside. Takes it for ball 2. 3-0 the count. Just misses low. See if he gets the green light here. And he takes it for ball 4.
Walsh.
Alright, Ed Walsh up now. He's hitless in 3 at-bats so far. He's a 155 hitter in the season. So not too bad of a hitter. So he will definitely be swinging away here. Strike 1 at the knees. And strike 2. Lunged at that one and missed it. So 0-2 the count. He's in the hole. Just a bit outside. 1-2. And he'll strike out.
1 hit, no errors. After 2 complete. Cleveland 0, Chicago 1. Pitcher, Addie Joss.
So White Sox are unable to add to their lead. Joss will come up. He's hitting .333, so 3 hits and 9 at-bats. 134 hitter for a season. So Walsh looks in for the sign. He has to wind up in the pitch. And Josh is going to continue his hot hitting to start the season off. His 4th hit of the year and now hitting .400. So they bring up Flick. If you want to try a hit and run with the pitcher, though he's not a bad runner. He's a 6, which is pretty good for a pitcher. I think we might try a little hit and run here. He's a 5 for hit and run. Hitting .268 with 3 runs batted in, 10 runs scored, 4 stolen bases. So we're going to try a little hit and run here. Try to mix it up a little bit. Where's our hit and run here? Oh, actually, we can't. So we're not playing Cleveland. Never mind on that one. Again, used to games like inside pitch where you play both the offense and the defense. Oh, you play both teams. So all right, so we are going to try to keep them close, just in case they have something going. So Walsh looks in for the sign. Here's the pitch. Strike 1, catches the outside corner. Check swing. Says he held up. 1-1 the count. In the dirt and outside, ball 2, so 2-1. And he gets under one here. It's at the center field. And the center fielder, Jones, will make the catch for the first out. That'll bring up Harry Bay, riding a 13-game hitting streak. Struck out his first time up. See if he can extend it here. And he lays down a bunt. So definitely a very selfless player. And gets Joss over to second with 2 down. Bring up Nap LaJoy, who tripled his first time up. Both stranded there. And he lines up to the third baseman, who snags it and makes a great play. Definitely saving a run there.
Cleveland 0, Chicago 1.
So that preserves the Chicago lead, slim Chicago lead of 1-0. So Joss will get back on the mound and he'll face Donahue, who singled his first time up. And he'll pop it up to third. And it looks like it's going to be the shortstop, Turner. Runs past Bradley and makes the catch. So he called him off at the last second. Apparently he had a better read on it than Bradley did, because Bradley seemed lost on that play. But Turner is able to cover him. Bring up George Davis. Sacrifice his first time up. And hits a dribble to short. Shortstop comes in for it, and they're able to get him. Close play, they get him in time. So they're going to bring up Nixie Callahan. Pop to the catcher his first time up. So 2 out, nobody on base. And to dribble it short. And did they get him? No, Callahan beats it out. The White Sox have a 2-out base runner. Fielder Jones up now. Singleton was thrown out trying to steal. Try to keep him close. And ball 1 in tight. Count evens at 1. Change up high, 2-1. 3-1 the count now. And full count. So the runner Callahan will be off on the pitch. And he's got himself a single. Callahan will move all the way over to third as he is running on the pitch. So runners at the corners now with 2 outs for Green. He singled his first time up. RBI opportunity. High and inside. Ball 1. And it's going to be a single. And that'll score the run from third. As Callahan scores. And the Chicago lead is now 2-0. An RBI single for Green. Brings up Tannehill. He sacrificed his first time up. Outside corner, strike 1. And another single past the second baseman, LaJoy. And another run will come home. So Tannehill has himself an RBI single. Chicago lead is now 3-0. Sullivan up now. He popped to first his first time up. Ball 1. And strike, 1-1. Swings at that one, misses. Do we want to try double steal, possibly? Oh, Sullivan hit away here. 2-1 the count. Ball low. And he gets under one here and pops it over to third. The shortstop drifts over and makes the catch.
No errors. After 3 complete. Cleveland 0, Chicago 3.
Alright, so Bill Bradley coming up now. Cleveland's now down by 3 runs. Walsh has himself a 3-run lead. So Bradley up now. Grounded to third his first time up. And it's a hot shot to the first baseman. He'll take it himself. And that'll be the first out of the top of the 4th here. So Jim Jackson up now. Pop to the catcher his first time up. And dribble over to third. Tannehill's an excellent fielder. He's a 10 fielder. Best fielder that the Chicago White Sox have on the field. And he'll retire Jackson for the first out of the inning. Second out of the inning. So that'll bring up Turner. Turner is 0 for 1 on the day. Grounding to third base, his first time up. And it'll be a line. Ooh, look at that.
Runs, no hits,
as
No
a
errors.
web gem.
After 3.5.
We're just bragging about Tannehill's defense, and he snares that one out of. It's a bullet hit to him. Makes a great diving stop, diving catch, should say. And that one definitely is a web gem, if there was a web back then, which there wasn't. That would have been on it. So all right, so we head to the bottom of the fourth. Chicago still leads by 3. Joss up to 57 pitches here in the fourth. So Dundon will lead it off. We walked his first time up. And he hits it over to left, and a great running catch. And Jackson will make the catch close on the warning track for the first out of the inning. Pitcher Walsh up now. He has himself an... No, he doesn't have an RBI in this game, but he does have an RBI in the season. And he'll pop it up to short. And Turner will make the catch for the second out. Jiggs Jonahue up now. He 1 for 2 on the day. Singled. And he got himself his second hit of the day. So 2 for 3 now. He's a big stolen baseman. I think I'm going to have him run. Try to attempt to steal. And he does not get the jump. I'll try it again. And this time he'll try to steal, and he'll be out again.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We played 4 complete. Cleveland 0, Chicago 3.
So Buelow will throw out his second runner of the day. And that'll do it for the White Sox here in the fourth. So he played 4 full with a 3-0 lead. Chicago over Cleveland. Let's check out the ticker here. Nothing going on there. So Stoll will come to the plate now. First baseman. Doubled his first time up. And it's going to hit it all the way to Wall. And it looks like he's going to have himself his second double of the day. As Fielder throws it back in. So leadoff double for Cleveland. Still looking to get their first run in. Buelow. I'm going to go with a hit and run in Buelow. Why not? But we cannot because we're not playing Cleveland. So alright, so let's try let's pitch around this first pitch here. Strike 1, foul ball. And he will pop this one to center. And Jones barely has to move. He'll make the catch. Stovall back to the bag. So Joss up now, the pitcher. He is 1 for 1.
Pinch hitting for Cleveland, Harry Bemis.
And Joss will be lifted for a pinch hitter, so his day is done after only 4 innings. So short outing for Josh. He didn't have his best stuff. As, let's see here. Yeah, as he did allow 8 hits, so let's look at his line real quick, if we can. So Joss, 8 hits, 1 walk, so his whip was well over 2, so definitely it was not on his A game today. So Walsh, on the other hand, seems to be on his game. Yeah, Josh is, and Walsh is going to get his whip going below 1. So alright, Bemis will be up now. By Walsh is a strike, swing and miss. Count even at 1. And it's a dribble at a third. Tannehill's up with it. And Stovall has to hold it second. We'll bring up Elmer Flick, 0 for 2 on the day. And this one's going to be popped up to center. And what happened there? I guess he did not get that one. So Jones looked pretty steady out there. Lost track of that one. In the overcast sky. And it falls in. And that'll be the first run for Cleveland. That'll be an unearned run, of course. So Bay up now. Still looking to extend his 13-game hitting streak. Struck out and bunted his. So let's see what happens here. And he's going to pop it up behind home plate. And hopefully it's going to go back into the stands. So 0-1 the count. And in there at the belt. Strike 2. So 0-2 the count. Quickly in the hole. Just a bit outside. 1-2. And this one's going to fall in. On the poor play by the second baseman. Dundon, and his hitting streak will be extended to 14 games. So that'll bring up Napla Joy. 1 for 2 on the day. Walsh will throw over to first. Bay's back safely. So it's 3-2 now. As Cleveland's put across 2 runs so far. Still batting. Close again. Bay back safely. And it'll be a hot shot down the third base line, and it's going to be foul. So 0-1 the count. Quickly in the hole. Taken for strike 2. 1-2 off the plate. Walsh throws it back over to first. Bay back safely. And it's going to be a hot shot to shortstop. And he'll make the play to retire the side.
1 error. After 4.5. Cleveland 2. Chicago 3. Pitching for Cleveland. High. West.
But Cleveland will put across 2. And the Chicago lead is now only 1. So it looks like West is going to be in the pitch for High West. High West. In the pitch, he's got a record of 1-0 in 4 innings pitched with a 1 save. He's only allowed 1 hit in 4 innings pitched. Where opponents are hitting just .071 against him. First batter he'll face will be shortstop Davis. He's 0 for 2. 0 for 1. Sacrifice the count. And he'll have himself his first hit of the day. So that'll bring up Callahan, who's made some stellar plays in the field. And also has a single. 1-0 the count. We're going to try a little hit and run here with Davis. Davis is a decent runner. Just a little hit and run. Oh, and he misses the ball. But Davis had a great jump on that one, and he's got a stolen base on the hit and run that didn't fall through, that fell through, but Davis is still able to steal the bag. So a runner in scoring position now. Chicago looking to get back some of those runs. So strike 2, 1-2 the count, and it's going to be a dribble to short, and he'll be over to Stovall to retire. Callahan. Davis has the hold at second, so 1 down for Jones. He's had a good day so far, 2 for 2. Trying to atone for that error, though, that he made, allowing the Cleveland to score their first run. Strike 1. And he gets hit by the pitch. So runners on first and second for Green, who's also 2 for 2. Has himself a couple of singles. Swings and comes up empty, 0-1. Count evens at 1, low and outside. 2-1 the count. Count back even at 2. And foul ball out of play. And it's going to be a single. It's going to go all the way to the wall. That one kind of bounced around there. Let's see here. Are we going to send Davis as the manager too? Or are we going to send Davis home? Actually, Davis is the runner, sorry. 60% chance. One down. If he runs at second and third with one out, so no, I don't think we're going to send 160. A little too low. So that will load the bases. So I didn't want to risk getting thrown out at home there. That'll bring up Tannehill. There's 1 for 1. It's single. Chance to add to his 8 RBIs here. So West looks in for the sign. Here's the windup in the pitch. And it's going to be a dribble to second. Over to second for 1. Back to first. Double play. So the Cleveland's able to turn a double play. And Chicago is unable to get back any of those runs. So we head to the top of the 6th with the score 3-2 Chicago. Walsh back up on the mound. He's been very economical. In the 6th inning of work, he's thrown just 67 pitches. Bradley will be at first, and it's going to be a dribble to the mound. Walsh will throw to Donahue for the first out. Jim Jackson 0 for 2 on the day. And whoa, and Jones had to go a long way for that one. Catches that one back in the second base bag. Well, back in the second basement, actually. The second out. Brings up Turner 0 for 2. And Walsh will walk him. That's the first walk of the day for Walsh. So Stovall up now. He's got himself a pair of doubles on the day. And throw her to first. As Turner represents the tying run. Pitch to Stovall. Swinging a bad pitch on that one, so 0-1 the count. And it's going to be a wild pitch. Wild pitch by Walsh allows Turner to get in scoring position with 2 down. And high and away, ball 2. So count 2-1 on Stovall. And it's going to be a liner to center. We're going to dive. I think we're gonna, as that represents the tying run. So if we get it, that lead will be maintained. He's going to score anyway if he's not able to get to it. So I think we have no choice but to dive for this one. So yeah. And it's a great play by Fielder. So he atones for his error and makes a great diving play and hauls it in. So Fielder saves a run there. And Chicago maintains their 3-2 lead. So you can be the GOAT one time and you can be the hero the next time. One of the great things about baseball. So Sullivan up now, 0 for 2. He's going to hit this one to right. And Flick will make the catch for the first out of the inning. Brings up Dundon. West back out there on the mound for the Naps. He is 0 for 1 with a walk. Slow roller behind second. In front of second. Joy will make a great play. The second out. And Walsh up now. And we'll let him hit again. He's 0 for 2 in the day. And roll at a second and a short. Score that 6-3.
We played 6 complete. Cleveland 2, Chicago 3.
Walsh back out there again. Here in the top of the 7th. He'll face Bulow, the catcher, followed by the pitcher spot and Flick. Bulow 0 for 2, and he's going to fly out to right. And a great leaping play. Juggles that one. But he's able to come down with it. That one looked like it was headed out, and it looks like he saved possibly a home run on that one. As he bounced off his glove, and he was able to maintain his composure and make the catch. can see, I didn't get my Cleveland logo here for my uniform. So yeah, so I guess I haven't played Cleveland yet. So alright, so that'll bring up West after a great play by Green there, right? Is it Green? I think it was Green, yep. Saving a possible home run there.
Pinch hitting for Cleveland, Nick Call.
So Nick Call will come in to pinch hit for in the pitcher's spot. Call is making his first pinch hit appearance of the season. His first appearance of the season. He would hit .215 with 21 runs batted in 135 at-bats. So Kyle steps into the plate, steps up to the plate. Walsh delivers. And it's going to be a fly out to right. Green will make the catch for the second out. Brings up Elmer Flick. He's 0 for 3 on the day. And roll it to third.
No runs, no hits, no errors. After 6.5, Cleveland 2, Chicago 3.
Tannehill will charge that one and make a barehanded play over to first. And that'll do it for the Cleveland top of the 7th. So home half of the 7th, 7th inning stretch time. Brings Donahue up. 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. And he'll line out to short. Turner makes the catch for the first out. It'll bring up Davis. Shortstop. I believe Davis is the manager too. I'm not sure on that one, but might be. Alright, so Davis 1 for 2 up to the plate now. And he's going to have himself dribble it to the pitcher. Bernhard's pitching now for the Cleveland Naps. And let's get his stats. He's got an ERA of 5.09, a record of 0-1, 17 innings pitched, 30 hits allowed in 17 innings, so opponent's hitting 361 off of him. So he's definitely been touched up so far. See if we can take advantage of that. And hot shot to the first baseman. Flips it over to the pitcher, and that'll do it.
We played 7 complete. Cleveland 2, Chicago 3.
Alright, Harry Bay will lead it off for Cleveland here in the 8th. 1 for 2. And he'll be hit. So Walsh hits him. Still looking strong though. 97 pitches. And he can pitch up to 150, so he's in good shape. So Nap LaJoy, 1 for 3 on the day. Tying run at first. Throws over to first, and Bay is definitely a threat to steal. He's got 8 stolen bases already on the season. So Walsh is going to keep him close. Ball 1 inside. Back over to first again. Bay back safely. Donahue with the tag. And 2-0 the count. And he pops one up behind the plate. And Sullivan's unable to get that one as it goes out of play. Back into the stands. 2-1 the count. Strike in there just below the belt, so count even at 2. Walsh throws over to first. Bay's back again safely. And LaJoy is going to hit one to right, and Green makes another catch up against the wall. Bay is all the way around second, has to scurry back to first. So 1 out now for Bradley, 0 for 3 in the day. Bradley's got a 6-game hitting streak going. Still trying to extend that. And shortstop takes it himself, tags the bag, throws the first for the 6-3 double play. So 2 down now. Actually, no, it isn't a double play. Bradley is able to beat it out, so just a force out. Fielder's choice. So 2 down now for Jackson. And he'll pop up the center, and
no runs.
Center field will make a catch up against the wall.
After 7.5, Cleveland 2, Chicago 3.
So the White Sox are clinging to that 1-run lead, hoping to get a little breathing room. Jones 2 for 2 up. He's got a couple of singles and was hit by a pitch his last time up. Oh, and a great play by the shortstop as he didn't look like he was going to get to that one, but makes a great diving stop and gets up and throws over to Stovall in time. So Turner with a great play there. We'll bring up Green, who's got 3 hits on the day, and he's robbed Cleveland of a game-tying possible home run there. Definitely extra bases. So he's had a great day. See what he can do here. And that one's going to fall in, so he's a perfect 4 for 4. And center fielder Bay, he bobbles it, and Green will end up at second. So a single and an error on the center fielder Bay. So each team now has an error. Brings up Tannehill, his 1 for 2. So White Sox hoping to drive in Green so they can get a little bit of a cushion here going to the 9th. Ball 1, just a bit outside. And it's going to be a ground ball to LaJoy. Throws over to first. And gets him for the second out. So Green will move over to third now. So a pass ball wild pitch would add to the lead. Brings up Sullivan, who's 0 for 3. He might pinch hit possibly for Sullivan, the catcher. I'm going to do that. So let's see. So Sullivan, the catcher. Who do we got? Could bring in McFarland, the other catcher. I think we do that. That'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone there. And just in case we have to go extras, we'll have a bunch of other players available. So we're going to bring in the right-handed catcher McFarland to come in for the catcher Sullivan.
Pinch hitting for Chicago, Ed McFarland.
So McFarland is 273 on the season. 6 hits and 22 at bats with 3 runs batted in. RBI opportunity here. And he'll come in to catch. So Bernhard looks in for the sign. He has to wind up in the pitch to McFarland. And they're going to walk him. So they counter with the walk. So runners at the corners now for Dundon. We might pinch it for him too. So we get a couple of second basemen here. We're going to bring in Frank Isbell. Yeah, he's definitely the better hitter of the 2. So we're going to bring in Isbell.
Pinch hitting for Chicago, Frank Isbell.
Alright, so the second pinch hitter of the inning. Definitely good in the bunt and hit run, but we got 2 outs now, so it's going to hit away. And strategy works out as the White Sox are able to add to their lead, and the right fielder Flick will bobble it, and runners will move up to second and third after the error by Flick. So it's going to be a single and an RBI for Isbell, the pinch hitter. And Green will come around to score, and it's now a 4-2 game, so important insurance run there. Not over yet, though. Walsh is up now. Let's see. Do we want Walsh to... I think we got to attempt to... Let's look at our bullpen here. We don't have anybody in the bullpen. Let's see. Let's check this out. Yeah, we have a few guys that could possibly... Looks like Smith could come in. We're going to pinch hit for Walsh just to try to extend the lead there. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. So Walsh will come out. Who do we have in there pitching? We have a right-hander. So I'm going to bring in Ducky Holmes. Ducky Holmes isn't that great. 155, 201. I think we're just going to let Walsh hit. Why not? See if we can get a complete game here. So alright, so Walsh up now, 0 for 3 on the day. Ball 1. Just off the corner. And Walsh gets under one here, hits it to right, and
1 run, 2 hits, 2 errors, after 8 complete, Cleveland 2, Chicago 4.
Flick will come over and make the catch. So Chicago does add another run. Walsh is back out there. And let's see, we gotta do a couple of substitutions here. So Isbell, we're gonna, oh boy, could be a possible liability here, but Isbell will come in and play second. And the shortstop, the catcher, McFarland, will come in. I think he might have been a slight improvement. I'm not sure, I can't remember what the guy's fielding percentage was, but anyway, not a bad backup there. I think he might be I think he might have played more games, so the other guy might be the backup. Definitely McFarland is the better hitter. So anyway, so Walsh comes up, 104 innings pitched, 104 pitches pitched. So he'll look to close it out here. Turner at first, he's 0 for 2. And it's going to be a fly ball to right. Green will come over and make the catch for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Stovall, 2 for 3 on the day. A couple of doubles. Retired his last time up though, and it's going to be a hot shot to the shortstop. Davis will gun it over to Donahue for the second out, so Cleveland is down to the last out. Bueller 0 for 3. And he will pop it up to third. And the third baseman, Tannehill, will squeeze it. And Chicago will win by a score of 4-2. So the White Sox beat the Naps by a score of 4-2.
The final score from South Street Park, Chicago 4, Cleveland 2, Ed Walsh picks up the win, he is now 4-0, Addie Joss gets the loss, he is now 3-2, time of the game, 1 hour, 51 minutes.
Alright, so Ed Walsh gets the win, he improves to 4-0. Addie Joss, who did not have his best stuff today, gets the loss, he's 3-2. MVP of the game is Ed Walsh, which is a complete game, allowing 2 runs and 5 hits. Check out the box score here. So Walsh goes the distance. 9 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed, 2 runs. Both of them were unearned though. So let's see here. Oh yeah, that was off the error by the center fielder. Fielder Jones. So both those runs were unearned. So his ERA falls to a 0.41 now. Yep. And let's see here. And Joss just lasted 4 innings, allowed 8 hits, 3 earned runs. His stuff was, he didn't have his good stuff, definitely not. This box score here is pretty big. Wow, that's really big. So anyway, let's look at the box score here. I don't know why it's so big. Anyway, let's see. So Cleveland, not much going on there. They just managed 5 hits off of Walsh. Stovall 2 for 4. And that's about it. No RBIs. Just 1 RBI by Bay. So Chicago, Green was 4 for 4. Also made a great play, made a key play which robbed Cleveland of possible tying the game timing homer, or at least extra bases, which would have possibly set up that tying run. So other than Walsh, I think the offensive player of the game is definitely going to be Green, and defensive player possibly. Jones was 2 for 3. He made a great play too to prevent Cleveland from getting the tying run at the time. Didn't make an error on the day. So let's see. Let's take a look at the errors. Fielder Jones had his second error of the day. I mean of the season. Flick and Bay each had an error too. Some great plays. Turner, Walsh, Jones, Sullivan, Tannehill. Tannehill had a couple of them. He was definitely great. Both third basemen are actually really good. And then had a poor play, his second. There was a web gem. I don't see the web gem on here. So Jones had the game-winning RBI. Let me show the web gems. Alright, so let's close that up. So let's take a look at let's play the rest of the, actually don't want to play the rest of the games, as I'm going to play that game later, the game between the New York Giants and the Boston Beaneaters. But other than that, let's take a look at our standings. So Cleveland, the White Sox, by virtue of that win, at 13-4 now. Cleveland drops into a tie, second place into a tie for third place with Philadelphia. Falls to 10-6. Alright, so that'll do it. So thank you for joining me. 1905 retro replay from the Action PC Baseball. So take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.